Today let's look at the example of one of the regions, how our country is developing and how many important events take place far from the capital. So, the Tyumen region. In the Tyumen region, the industrial production index increased to 110% in the first 7 months of 2023. Thanks to this, the Greater Tyumen Oblast has become one of the 10 strongest regions in Russia in terms of economic potential. The top 35 subjects were headed by all regions of the Tyumen Matryoshka Dol, as well as Moscow, St. Petersburg, Moscow region, Krasnoyarsk territory, Tatarstan, Sverdlovsk, Irkutsk and Leningrad regions. The main news of Tyumen import substitution in recent months is the start of construction of a new polypropylene production complex DGP-2 at the industrial site of Zapsibneftekhim in Tobolsk. This is an important project for the development of the oil and gas chemical industry. It will allow additional involvement of liquefied hydrocarbon gas in advanced processing to create in-demand petrochemical products with high added value. The DGP-2 project is the third stage in the development of the polymer branch of domestic oil and gas chemistry in Tobolsk. It will be implemented within the framework of the agreement between CBOR and the Ministry of Energy of the Russian Federation on modernization of existing and creation of new capacities, signed in January 2022. Investment in the project is estimated at 195 billion rubles, almost twice as much as the obligations that the company assumed under the agreement. Taking into account the DGP-2 project, CBOR's investments in the development of the Tobolsk site will reach the level of about 1 trillion rubles over the last 15 years. As the project progresses through 2027, the site will create an additional 370 jobs and about 2,000 related industries. According to CBOR, along with the growth of domestic consumption of basic polymers in Russia, their imports are also decreasing. If the country imported 730,000 tons in 2020, the volume has already decreased to 550,000 tons in 2022. This is facilitated by the development of domestic production of new grades. Expanding the nomenclature of polymers is not empty words. For example, water, Visit Tyumen, bottled from Tobolsk raw materials can be bought in chain stores. They use PET pellets of the new brand, Vivaline, which are 25% recycled plastic. Bottles for this purpose are collected in eco-houses opened with the support of CBOR and TEO, where collection points for recyclable raw materials have been organized and at the region's MOOS sorting complexes. Thanks to CBOR's existing and under-construction facilities, import substitution of various types of polymers is not only being actively implemented, but also imports of finished polymer products are being reduced. The cumulative growth of polymer consumption in general by the year 28 is estimated to be hundreds of thousands of tons. Import substitution of finished products plus 11% to current polymer consumption. Zapsibneftekhim is Russia's largest petrochemical complex with a total capacity of 2.5 million tons of polymers per year. Along with Tobolsk-Neftekhim and Tobolsk Polymer, CBOR's industrial site in Tobolsk is one of the largest polymer production facilities in the world. Thanks to CBOR's petrochemical holding company, Russia became an oil exporter of polypropylene and polyethylene for the first time, and the Tobolsk site's contribution to this result is impressive. Implementation of the DGP-2 project will make the Tyumen region even more attractive for investors. This is economic development and additional budget revenues, which should ultimately affect the quality of life of citizens. Exactly 10 years ago, the Tobolsk polymer plant was opened in Tobolsk and started producing polypropylene. It was a pioneering project, a real novelty for the city and the region. Today this production facility is part of the giant Zapsibneftekhim complex. Over the years, polymers have become the main products of Tobolsk petrochemists. The enterprise has grown, and many things have changed at it and in the city. Thanks to CBOR, Tobolsk took the first line of the socio-economic sustainability rating in the Tyumen region with an index of 64.4 points. This is the highest indicator not only in the oblast, but also among all municipalities of the Urals Federal District. This is the result of the rapid industrial and social development of the city, its transformation into a tourist center of the Russian scale. The Tyumen region is one of the most dynamic regions in Russia. Analysts have also come to this conclusion. The combination of effective industrial policy and spatial development strategy ensures high socio-economic sustainability of municipalities in the entire region. Tyumen Oblast enterprises were also recognized as the best exporters of 2023. 10 enterprises of this region became winners of the regional contest, Exporter of the Year 2023. Experts evaluated the participation according to several indicators, the main of which is the success of exports of non-resource, non-energy goods, works, services, as well as the results of intellectual activity. Tyumen Aerosols, a Tyumen company, was recognized as the Exporter of the Year in the industrial sector. The Exporter of the Year in the field of basic products of the Agro-Industrial Complex Company, Agro Alliance. Service Exporter of the Year and Responsible Exporter of the Year Dream Company. Tyumen Marshzavod Engineering Exporter of the Year. Exporter of the Year in the prepared food sector as Slada. Bintech was recognized as the best exporter in the field of industrial environment of large business. We will also give examples of what the Tyumen Oblast has started to produce recently. For example, vegetable oil in cans will start to be produced by Tyumen Aerosols. It will be 100% direct pressed raw materials in aerosol packaging with long-lasting application. Only one company in Russia is known to produce vegetable oils in cans. Tyumen has also decided to do this. Is now in production. They've already run the tests, ordered the labels. Oil of various kinds is on the way. The company bought a mini machine especially for the launch of the new products. Tyumen Aerosol Company was formed in 2004. Started out with pepper spray, now we have over 200 products in the line. The main customers are stores, hunting and fishing, medical equipment establishments, pharmacies, oil and gas companies and others. Tyumen Aerosol is actively sold on all marketplaces. The company has the status of the best exporter of the year. Cooperates with 15 states. Demand for products has increased due to the withdrawal of foreign companies from the Russian market. Demand for Tyumen products has increased due to import substitution. Tyumen also started assembling flatbed long-distance semi-trailers from domestic components. The doomed 6-ton structure can carry up to 32 tons of cargo. Before the sanctions, these were supplied to Russia from Germany and Turkey. The degree of localization and installation exceeds 70%. Components are manufactured directly at the factory, such as air suspension, or in cooperation with other domestic manufacturers. Production of plastic dowels and anchors will be launched in the Tyumen region in 2025. The investor Bronitsa, part of the Rosa group of companies, plans to invest 960 million rubles in the creation of the industrial site. Per year, here will produce almost 16,000 tons of import substituting products. It is also planned to launch a new workshop at the Tyumen-based medical devices company MIM by the end of 2023. Finishing work is being completed there now. We'll be installing new equipment soon. The company also built a warehouse for finished products. The environmentally friendly plaster was launched at the Venzilinsky clay gravel plant. This plaster is analogous to the German plaster. It is based on lime, which is also produced at the plant. It is the only plaster that creates a good aura, the moisture needed by humans. It will never get prissy, nor will it become a medium for germs to develop. And the most interesting thing is that based on studies in Russia, 28% of the population is prone to allergies, and Tyumen plaster does not cause allergies. Face bricks started to be made at the ceramic wall materials factory in Wenzeli. The plan is to reach 75 million units per year. The company used to produce only ordinary products, full body and hollow bricks. The plant needs to develop. There is production experience, there is a great demand in the market. The geography of new brick deliveries includes not only the Tyumen region, but also other regions of Russia, including the Far East and the south of the country. They also cooperate with Kazakhstan. A Tyumen company has developed an OSA technology based on a foreign perforator and packer system. The oilmen apply the systems separately. Thanks to the unique development, the Tyumen specialists offer the industry specialists to save 430 hours of work on a triple-layer well. The new product is based on a foreign perforator and packer system. Supplied the necessary equipment to switch between punch and packer. The OCA layout was born, which has already been patented. Production of motherboards for PCs was launched by the Tyumen company Arsenal Plus. The first batch is used in the assembly of their own computers and monoblocks. The company is confident that the solution will be included in the register of the Ministry of Industry and Trade. The reconstructed shop of the Voinovka depot will now be able to repair up to 140 sections of diesel locomotives per year. In addition, 29 new jobs have been created here. This is a key stage of the investment program for technical re-equipment of the locomotive depot at Voinovka station. Creation of a modern repair base is dictated by the prospect of increasing the volume of cargo transportation in the direction Voinov-Kotobolsk-Serget-Karachayevo. Serial production of refrigerated tables was launched at the food equipment plant, Yalatarovsky. They are made of 70% Russian components. The Tyumen novelty has already been shipped to the Sverdlovsk and Novosibirsk regions. Are also testing it in the Tyumen region. The equipment was a response to the demand from the industry after foreign companies left the Russian food equipment market. On the surface of the table you can cut food and assemble dishes from the workpieces. There are two built-in cooled sections at the bottom. They have a temperature of 2 to 8 degrees, just like household refrigerators. At the same time, there is an elaborate version of a low-temperature refrigeration table with temperatures from 0 to -18 degrees. Orion Metal Products plant is planning a twofold expansion of production. From 3,000 to 7,000 square meters, this plant plans to expand. Now there are more than 50 people working at the production facility. Family business enterprise, it was started in 2004. Metal Products Plant, Orion, is the leader of the Tyumen region in the production of masonry mesh, reinforcing cages, reinforcement with heat plastic composite reinforcement, rabbit mesh and CPVC plastering mesh. Production growth is necessary because of the high demand of the construction market. Soft containers made of polymers have started to be produced at a high-tech enterprise in the Isetsky district. Big-Beg's webbing is manufactured from Seabor's polymer raw materials. Almost 2,500 tons of polypropylene are processed per year, and special additives are used to add UV protection or frost resistance. Their considerable safety margin allows them to be used from -60 degrees to +60 degrees. The Tyumen Company will repair the most complicated equipment for the needs of the Lugansk People's Republic. A major enterprise of the Tyumen region, a basic machine-building enterprise, became a pioneer in repairing a 12-ton gas compressor once manufactured in Japan. According to the executive director of the Research and Production Association, no one else in Russia has taken on the repair. This is proof that the company accepts challenges and solves the most difficult problems in the field of import substitution. The repairs are expected to be completed next January. After repair, the compressor will be sent to one of the plants of the Southern Mining and Metallurgical Complex. And the company plans to continue to take an active part in restoring the industry's potential.